Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Ask Brick. This is episode number 2. I have not done one of these in a long time, so I apologize for that, but let's just get right into it. We'll talk more about that later. So, the first question comes from CincyGaming in YouTube, says, Ask Brick. First of all, I love it when you guys use Ask Brick, then ask the question. So he says, what's your favorite product? Now, this is a great question. I'm doing this completely off the cuff. If I had to say right now what my favorite product is, it's some stuff that's coming out Black Friday, so I can't talk about that yet. But I would say the thing that's out right now, I'm looking at all the minifigures behind me, I would probably have to say either my Mark V Spartan armor or my Halo Marine figures or the Elites and Grunts. Pretty much all that Halo stuff combined I think makes a really nice cohesive mix into the LEGO community. So I'd probably have to go with the Mark V armor or any of my Halo products. All right, next question comes from Jericho399. What's up, Jericho? He says, what's your favorite custom minifigure? And then he also says, what's your favorite crazy combo? That's a great question. So, custom minifigure, let's see. Kind of similar to the question that we just answered. I would say if we go back right now, what I'm looking at on my shelf, I would probably say my original Battlefield 3 American Support minifigure. It was a classic all tan minifigures with flesh arms, yellow hands, and then a tan modern combat helmet. Now what's funny is people don't know this, is that minifigure is based off Battlefield 3, the game. It's the American Support class. I'll throw up a picture right now. But what's funny is he actually does have yellow gloves. And so what I did was with the minifigure, I gave him yellow hands. People freaked out about this. This was one of my first printed minifigures back in, I think, 2013 or 14. And people freaked out because he's saying, well, why are you having yellow hands with flesh arms and a flesh head? Well, it's actually because he actually has yellow gloves, but people didn't understand that. So everyone was just hounding me like, why are you putting yellow hands on? Anyways, I digress. All right, next question. Ask Brick comes from Matthew. He says, are you planning on making the Arbiter and Jackals from Halo? This actually goes really well with the first question. So, short answer is yes. Long answer is I don't know when. I guess those are both short answers. Anyways, the Jackals are probably the next on the list. I think they're going to be easier than the Arbiter. Actually, I take that back. What am I saying? Arbiter is actually going to be pretty easy. What I think I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to take my Elite armor and print on it. I don't know what it's going to look like. I know I want to do like an undersuit for the minifigure, and then that will be a great base for you to put the armor over. It'll add some more details. I definitely want to take the Elite head and add printing to the eyeballs and some other kinds of printing. I'm not sure what that looks like right now, but it's something I've been thinking about. And then the Jackals, that's going to be a little more challenging because that's going to be some new molded parts, but I know a lot of us have been talking in my Discord about how I can tackle that problem. I know a lot of Halo people want that, so that's something on the radar. So long story short, yes, I am planning on doing it. I just got to schedule it in. All right, guys, I want to interrupt this real quick. Make sure you guys mark your calendars. This Saturday, October 19th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm dropping a bunch of Halloween minifigures. I'll show those now. Bunch of cool stuff and restocks hitting the website. Make sure you guys go to BrickTactical.com. All right. Next question we have comes from, let's see, Arthur Dynamic Studios. He says, I have a question. Can you please add some printing onto the Mark V? Man, this is just all Halo questions. So, yes, this is something I'm working on, and I think this will kind of coincide with when I come out with printed Elites and printed Grunts. Now, the question is, I got to figure out what looks best on these minifigure parts as far as like the armor and the helmet. All this stuff's going to have to be pad printed because of the nature of the geometry of the actual parts. You can't really UV print on that curvy of a surface, you know, some of the armor, the shoulder pads, stuff like that. So it's definitely going to have to be pad printed, which is fine. I think if I stick to just a few colors like black and silver and maybe white, and do some highlights like on Master Chief, do like the 117, highlight some of his armor with black details. I think that'll look really nice. And what will look cool is I have so many Mark V colors. Translating that printing onto all these different color armors, I think is going to look so cool. So I'm really excited about that. Something I have been thinking about quite a bit. Next question comes from Travis Lovelady. He says, Ask Brick, will you consider making an injured or damaged head pack? That's a great question. I have a bunch of different head packs. Probably my most popular one is the zombie head pack, the zombie gore head pack. And I would also say, I'm trying to think of all, I have so many. The horror head pack and the clown head pack does really well. They all really do well because it's 10 heads for $20 and that's only $2 for a printed head. Normally I sell heads for $4 or $5 a piece, so it's a huge discount and you get a lot of cool heads and a lot of good varieties. So I could see some people in the military community wanting some injured or damaged or bloody heads, so I definitely like that idea. I'll definitely add that to the long idea list. All right, we got a big one. Next one comes from BrickWolf. He says, ask Brick, how much time does it take to design a new piece, make a mold, test it, put it into production? Second question. All right, let's do the first one first. So how much time does it take to design a new piece and make a mold and test it? So we are really good at what we do. Let me just put it like that. We are making new molds every day. We are making probably 2 new accessories every day, and that is designing the part, designing the mold, programming the mold, setting up the machine to cut the mold, machining the mold, finishing the mold, doing any adjustments to the mold, and then we can actually make parts all in that same day. So we are really good at what we do. We've been doing this long enough. Luckily, I have a lot of background in all of this, in machining and design and whatnot. We have a great team that also helps me with all this. So we are really quick with this. That is not normal, I will say. In industry, I would say it would be 3... I was going to say 3 months, but I'd say 30 to 60 days to get from once you have a design to mold, trials, getting test parts, prototyping, and then finishing in production. So we're really quick at this stuff because this is all we do. And so I hope that answers that question. He says, second question is, what kind of UV printers proven to get the job done for you? I have a few of your minifigures UV printed, and from what I have seen, I cannot think of any other custom brand to match the quality of yours. They are really exceptional. Thank you. This is a great series, and I'm so excited. Well, this was 8 months ago, so BrickWolf, I hope you're in the comment section. Thank you for the question. So, yeah, we use really high quality machines. We use really expensive UV printers, pad printers. We use really expensive high-end inks. We use the same plastic that Lego uses for all our injection molded accessories. That's for any of the guns, helmets, vests, anything that we injection mold. It's all the same plastic that Lego themselves uses, which is really nice. So yeah, we just use really high quality stuff. I try not to cut any corners or do anything like that. We really try to invest back into the newest technology and then apply that to the custom Lego world. It's very expensive and it's very hard to do, but that's what we do. All right, next question comes from Karkoff9028. Do you plan to make weapons from other COD games like Call of Duty Ghosts with the Venom, the Chainsaw, the Honey Badger? And speaking of custom things, have you ever thought of making a fire effect? The ones from Mega Construct would be very realistic to the Lego ones. Okay, so other COD games, yes. Once again, this question was 8 months ago. We probably have made a lot of these new weapons that you're probably talking about. The Honey Badger, the M4 Slim on our website is the closest thing we have to a Honey Badger right now. I'll throw up a picture of a Honey Badger and the M4 Slim. I do want to remake this. So the Honey Badger was the original inspiration for the M4 Slim. And then it kind of turned more into just an AR platform. So I want to remake the Honey Badger as just a standalone. So that's something I definitely want to do. Other COD games, other video games in general, yes, we are cranking out, like I said, multiple designs every day. Basically, we make all these guns all throughout the days, and then we load them up, all these accessories, and then we do a release. And so that's kind of how we operate. Then the other part of the question is the fire effects. I know exactly what you're talking about. So Mega Constructs has these little flame pieces that kind of go on the end of guns to make it look like a muzzle flash. I really like this idea. I think it'd be cool to experiment with. The only problem is that would require either your gun, all the weapons and accessories to have a hole in the end, or all of the outside muzzles be the exact same diameter. Now that's really tricky from a manufacturing standpoint because I have over 400 accessories at this point, so I wouldn't be able to really make it compatible with everything. I could do certain ones. For example, I did the light up M2, and so that's just this M2 with a little LED light in the middle of it. So that's kind of a cool thing, but like I said, I can't do it for all of them. So an actual flame piece that goes on the end, that's going to be tricky. So I like the idea, but I don't think I'm going to be doing it anytime soon. All right, next one comes from Broadman2K. Ask Brick, will you be making any of the COD Killstreaks, field upgrades, etc., like the Sentry Gun or the trophy system? Yes, yes, and yes. I've thought about this quite a bit. I think the Sentry Gun would be probably the coolest one to do. You know, when you get a kill streak, you can set this Sentry Gun up and it just starts mowing people down. Probably would do all these from the original Modern Warfare 2. I think that came out in like 2007. Maybe I'm wrong. 2008, 2012. I don't know. I think, no, 2012 was Black Ops 2. Anyways, yes, I want to do all of those. If you guys have any more ideas of like stuff like that, definitely let me know in the Discord. All All right, we've got one from Phlegmon5751. Can you show us more of how you make the accessories? So this is something that I've been thinking about quite a bit. I definitely want to get into this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do Ask Brick videos on this channel. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my second channel, which I'll link in the description, so make sure you're subscribed to that one. I'm going to start doing more shop vlogs, and then I also want to start a podcast. All of that most likely will end up on that channel. So if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to that channel. All right, next question. We have Ask Brick. A new Black Ops is coming out this year, so maybe a good time to drop many new Black Ops 1 and 2 campaign figs. Then he lists Oz Woods, a few other ones. By the way, I love the COD and Breaking Bad figs you released so far, and please do Riley the dog from Ghost. Thanks. Yes, I want to do Riley the dog. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to, so trust me, it's on my list. I've got a few of the original campaign players from Modern Warfare 2, actually only one of them that I can think of, coming out Black Friday later in November, so definitely look out for that. I am aware of Black Ops 6 coming out, and I have the zombie crew. Actually, now that I think about it, we've been printing so much stuff, I lost track. Yes, we actually already printed the Black Ops 6 zombie 4 crewmen. So I think 2 of them are girls and 2 of them are guys. But yes, those are already done, and those are once again coming out Black Friday, so definitely look out for that. Next question from Travis. Would you ever consider doing Resident Evil minifigures, iconic weapons, and items? Yes, actually we have some Resident Evil minifigures once again coming out Black Friday. So a lot of cool stuff coming out Black Friday, guys. All right, next one comes from Owl. He says, as BrickTactical, would you ever consider bringing back the Spartan laser and making an overmolded printed version or a restock on the gold fuel rod gun? I think, so once again, this is 8 months ago, so I believe the gold fuel rod cannon is in stock. Link in the description for that. And then the Spartan laser, that is also something on my list. I have to remake the mold, and I want to, like he said, do an overmolded version and then also a printed version. So that's something I'm definitely working on. It's actually on my plans for Black Friday. I don't know if I'm going to get to it, but I'm going to try. Part of that overmold is actually already done. So technically, I just have to redesign a few more things, and then we just got to mold the parts. Noob Master 12 says, ask Brick, would you ever consider be interested in sponsoring other channels, reviewing your stuff in the videos? Yes, if you guys have a big following or you want to do some reviews, feel free to reach out to our email. Just go to the website and email us and let us know what ideas you have, and I'm more than happy to talk about that type of stuff. All right, next question comes from Ink Raiders. He says, ask Brick, any plans on releasing the UV printed rigs as pad printed rigs? I have the red armor bodysuit and would love to see a pad printed version too. Also, have you considered making pad printed hands, gloves for Spartan rigs? All right, first part is yes. Once again, this was 8 months ago. Yes, if you aren't in my Discord, highly recommend you ask me. If you guys aren't in my Discord, just go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll send you the link. But I do want to do pad printed rigs for undersuits for Mark V. And then also, let's see, consider making pad printed hands. The problem with hands is I would have to remake the Lego handpiece, and I don't really want to do that. So the answer right now is no, but I have thought about it. Next question comes from Bounty Hunter Bricks. I would love to see you do a Halo mock. You're actually the reason I started playing it. I knew about it before, but you started to see your products and it piqued my interest. I'm on Halo 2 right now and I'm loving it. All right, Bounty Hunter, this was 8 months ago. What Halo are you on right now and what's your favorite mission so far? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I would love to have time to do mocks. The problem is I'm battling. There's so much going on right now, and I've got BrickTactical, and I've got all this other stuff that I have to manage. So finding the time to build a mock is very hard. Finding the time for me to film a video is very hard. So I'm trying to get back into the videos. So if you guys like the videos of any kind, hit the like button, share it, spread the word, and I'm going to try to be more consistent here. So let's see. Next question. Multi-Link says, have any plans for more Call of Duty Operator minifigures or COD Zombie Wonder Weapons? So Call of Duty Operator minifigures, I guess the question is, I've done quite a few. I've done like all of the Ghost versions. I've done Price, I've done Soap, I've done pretty much all the zombie crews. So there's a few left. Let me know if you guys have any ideas in the comments down below, or send me on Instagram specific pictures of the operators. That would be probably the most helpful, and then I can just look over them and then decide if I want to do them. So go ahead and do that and I'll get to that. All right, next one comes from Drake. He says, ask Brick, will you make a John Wick minifigure? Once again, this is an old comment. I do have a John Wick minifigure, and I'll put that as well in the description below, but I think he's almost sold out, so restock coming soon. All right, next one comes from Forsaken. He says, are you able to make some custom police and SWAT officers in Zombie Apocalypse Crisis? I would love to buy some. So yes, I'm gonna do some police figures, and yes, I want to do some more SWAT stuff, and then zombie stuff combined with that. I think that's a great idea. So yes, yes, and yes. All right, the last question we have is from Lego Brixby, and he says, "Ask Brick," and we have 25 thumbs up on this. How could you afford the UV printing and making and molding machines in 2013? So it didn't start off like right away with just like all of a sudden, boom, I had a printer. So in 2015, I bought my first UV printer. It was very expensive, like the price of a car, very expensive. And that was from many years, pretty much 2010 to 2015, all my savings from any money I had previously just from like, I don't know, like mowing the grass and doing odd jobs and stuff like that. And then also YouTube was starting to pay me a little bit, wasn't a lot. But then 2013, you guys got to remember, I started doing custom minifigures and started hand painting stuff, decaling stuff. I started selling at conventions. So it was like 5 years of grinding to get to that point. And what people don't realize is 2015 was when I bought my printer, but I started outsourcing printing at first, and that's how I got into all of this. So around 2013, I started sending out minifigures to get printed by other companies. And that actually is one of the first ones I talked about earlier in this video, was that Battlefield 3 American Support. I did not print that minifigure, so that's also a reason why it's kind of a cool figure. If you guys have one, it's definitely a rare item. So I hope that answers that question. I know a lot of people are trying to get into printing, molding, and all that type of stuff. So I think that's going to be good subject matter for my podcast. So once again, check out my second channel. Right now it's called BrickTactical Clips. Probably going to rechange that. So just look out for that. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are excited that I'm back. I plan to do an Ask Brick maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, something like that. And then twice a month, do like an actual video. So that's kind of the plan, to alternate between the two. So these are a lot easier for me to film, and then the other videos take a lot of time. So I'm thinking if I alternate, it would be really good. But we are back. Mark your calendars. And I do want to mention, I think I mentioned it at the beginning of this, is on October 19th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm doing a Halloween release with a bunch of cool new Halloween minifigures. There's a bunch of freebies, so definitely check out Instagram and check out the website on October 19th. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.